Hello everyone, this is Manohar Reddy, Department of Cybersecurity, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss about the next session or next concept, joins in DBMS, joins in database management system. So joins concept are very important concept in all the database softwares. So we can perform joins based on the tables that you are having, different tables or different views, different anything. So I can perform joins in different tables with the help of different attributes, different values. Right now, we'll see how the joins will be performed and how the joins or the different types in database management system. Not only for the SQL, not only for the Oracle, all the database softwares are having different types of joins to performing the retrieving values from the two or more tables. So now we'll see here what is meant by join actually. A join is nothing but combining two or more things. But in the database point of view, you are saying that the joins are the combining objects of database, combining the objects of database. So database objects are nothing but we can have a different types of objects that stores all the databases. So database objects are nothing but we can have all the different types of objects to store the database. So to store the data, we can have a different types of tables, different types of views, different types of procedures, like that, all different types of database objects we are having. But what we are doing here, we are going to combining, we are going to merging, we are going to mixing, we are going to like cross checking. So all the different types of tables we can combining. Why we are going to combining means we are going to get the values from one table based on another table. We are going to retrieve the values from one table based on another table. So we can retrieve multiple values from two or more tables. So to retrieve the values from two or more tables, we can perform joins. So joins are the combining objects of the database, So by combining those, what we'll get different types of values from different types of tables, But if you want to perform joins operations, you should have two conditions. One is what the table columns must be matched. That means one table columns is matching with the second table column. One table column size is matching with the second table column size. If one table is having 3, second table is having 4, there may be a different values you will get. But exactly values if you want to get, then you can see the column size of these two tables having the same values. So from the table 1, 3, table 2, 3. So that means column size is must be the same. And the second one is what data type also to be same. Data types of the columns to be the same. So based on these two same values, two same columns, two same data types, we are going to perform join operation on two tables or three tables, or you can say any tables. We can perform join operations on all the tables. So by doing these join operations of all the tables, we are getting the values to be very reliable and very comfortable. We are going to get the values from one table or two tables or three tables very comfortable. So for that, to retrieving all the different types of values, to get all the different types of values, we are having different types of joins. We are having different types of join concepts. But all the join concepts will have an importance is what? Combining all the tables, not only one table, combining all the tables, two tables, three tables, and you can see n tables, combining all the tables and retrieving the values from based on the conditionals. Retrieving the values from based on the conditionals. So we'll see how the joins can have the different types and how the joins can perform on the tables. We'll see. The first one is what? Inner join or simple join. Inner join or simple join. And second one is what? Natural join. Second one is what? Natural join. Third one is what? Left outer join or left join. You can see that left outer join or left join. And fourth one, right outer join or right join. Right outer join or right join. And fifth one is what? Full outer join. Full outer join. And sixth one is what? Cross join. Sixth one is cross join. And seventh one is what? Self join. Seventh one is what? Self join. And the eighth one is equi join. Equi join. So, like the way we are having a different types of joins. Different types of joins. We'll see each one by one join, how it performs and how it retrieves the values from one or two tables. We'll see. The first one is what? Inner join. The first one is inner join. So, here, look at here. The inner join is used to select all matching rows or columns in both tables, or as long as the defined condition is valid in SQL. So what it is saying is, it is saying that the common values, the all matching rows or columns, the all matching rows and columns in both tables. This is table 1 and this is table 2. This is the matching of all the columns and rows. Matching of all the columns and rows. So we are going to select all these matching rows or columns in both tables with the help of inner join, by using inner join. And we already discussed it in the set operators also. We can perform intersection operation in any other softwares, but SQL it may not be happen. Instead of doing that SQL intersection operation, we can perform inner join operation. We can perform inner join operation. So inner join retrieves the selecting of all the matching rows or columns from the two tables. From the two tables. So the syntax is what here? Select column 1, column 2, column 3 from table 1. You can mention the type of columns you want. If you want to do not want to specify the column names, you can select a star from column. Select a star from table name. The next type of join, you should mention type of join. The next table 2, the table 2, on what condition basis? What condition basis you are going to join together and displaying the values together? On what condition? So what condition? Table underscore 1 dot column equals to table underscore 2 dot column. That is nothing but table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id. Table 2 dot id. So this is the where condition. We are saying that where condition, and this is the inner join type. Inner join type, and this is the table name, and these are all the columns. Columns are filled, and this is the selection operation. Selection operation. So like this, we can write the syntax to retrieve the values from two tables on basis of condition. On basis of condition. See here the real-time example. Select t1 dot id, t1 dot marks, t1 dot. So these are all what? This is the t1 dot id, t1 dot marks from table 1, and the t2 dot id is from table 2. I just want to display t2 dot id, and if you want to specify t2 dot marks also, if you want to retrieve the marks from secondary table also, you can write t2 dot marks from t1 table 1 join type under table 2. So here you can see this is the table 1 join type and table 2. Table 2. So like the way you can mention, and last this is the where condition. This is the where condition. That is nothing but on condition on t1 dot table 1 dot id equals to t2 dot id. On t1 dot id equals to t2 dot id. So now what it looks actually, it looks for the table 1 and table 2 where the t1 dot id equals to t2 dot id, the common values or matching values will be displayed. Common values or matching values will be displayed. So it is exactly same like an intersection operator. So it is not taking any values from the table 1 and it is not taking any values from the table 2. But the matching rows or columns from the two tables will be displayed. Matching rows or columns from the two tables will be displayed. So this is the way you can understand the syntax for inner join. Right. Next one, second one, natural join. So natural join, it is a type of inner join that joins two or more tables based on the same column name and has the same data type represent on both tables. Present on both tables. So here what we need to specify, it is look like A minus B minus operation. It is look like minus operation. So in the minus operation, in the set operation minus operation, what it will do? It will take A minus B. So the common values it is displaying as well as the left table values it is displaying. So the same way, select star from table name 1, natural join, this is the type of join, and table name 2, table 2. So now what I will get, this is the table 1, this is the table 2. From this table 1 and table 2 we can get the values from both table 1 values and table 2 values. Table 1 values and table 2 values. As like same inner join performs. So as like inner join displays the values, the same way natural join also displays the value. But here we didn't shows any conditions. We didn't shows any conditions. But in the left join, in the inner join, we specify that condition on what basis we are going to display the values. On what basis we are going to display the values. Right. So here we just mentioned the type of join and the tables, what the tables you are going to join itself and the selection statement. Right. So that is about natural join. And third one is a very important one, natural join or left join. Left join. So the left join is used to retrieve all records from the left table. All records from the left table. That is nothing but table 1 and the matched rows or columns from the right table 2. If both tables do not contain any matched rows or columns, it returns null. So what it will tells that left join tells that the all values from the table 1, that is nothing but all values from the left table and including matching values from the both tables. Including matching values from the both tables, table 1 and table 2. So entire values from the table 1 as well as matching values from the table 2 will be displayed. So for the syntax, select column 1 as usual, column 1, column 2 or columns or specify star operator from table 1 and specify type of join, left join on table 2. On what condition? Table 1 dot column 1, that is nothing but table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id, the condition. So what are the fields you want to display from the left table and perform the type of join and the IDs, table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id on where condition. So with this syntax you are getting that all the values from the left table. So look at the example syntax here, select t1 dot id, that is the table 1 column 1, t1 dot marks table 1 dot column 2, t2 dot id table 2 column 1, t2 dot marks table 2 column 2 from table 1 left join table 2, table 1 left join table 2. So this is the type of join you are specifying here, t1 left join t2. On what condition you are specifying t1 dot id equals to t2 dot id. That means column id from the table 1 is equals to column id from the table 2. Like that you are specifying. So now what you will get the output? You will get the output from table 1 all the values, table 1 all the values and table 2 matching value. Table 2 suppose this is the matching value. So then these all values will be matched. So it displays the values from the table 1 and the common values from the both tables. Common values from the both tables, right? So like the way you can understand the left join operation. Left join operation. Next one, right join. So right join is quietly opposite to left join. So left join what displays actually, it displays the values from the left table along with the common values from both two tables. Common values from both two tables. In the same way, the right join is used to retrieve all records from the right table, and the matched rows or columns from the table, from the right table, If both tables do not contain any matched rows or columns, it returns null. If those two tables doesn't have any common values, then it returns what? Null. So what it will say is the first table, this is table 1 and this is the table 2 and this is the table 1, table 2. So left table and right table. So when you are performing right join on these two tables, it displays what? It displays the values from the right join, that is nothing but table 2, along with the common values. It is displaying all the right side table values, that is nothing but second table values. So the syntax is what? Select table 1 of column 1, table 2 of column 1, table 1 of column 2. Similarly, table 2 of column 1, table 2 of column 2 from table 1 join type table 2 on what condition? t1.id equals to t2.id on this condition. So this is the type of join which you are going to perform on two tables, t1 table, t2 table, and on basis what? t1.id equals to t2.id condition. So this is the condition type, this is the condition base, and this is the type of join, and these two are the first and second tables, and these all are the fields, t1.id, t1.marks are nothing but these two are columns, column 1 comma column 2 from table 1. These two are column 1 and column 2 from table 2. Column 1 comma column 2 from table 2. So like that you are specifying this right join. Next, full join or full outer join. So full join or full outer join is nothing but it is a combination result set of both. Left join and right join. It is a combination of both left and right join. So the joined tables returns all records from both tables. It combines and displays all the values from both two tables. And if no matches are found in the table, it places null, and it is also called as full outer join. So if any matching values will be displayed, if doesn't contains, it displays only null. So like the way full outer join. So syntax is what? Select column 1, column 2, or you can specify any of the columns from table 1, and join type you are specifying here, and table 2 on what condition? Table 1 dot column 1 is equals to table 2 dot column 1. So like that you are specifying condition name. Next, type of join for what? Two tables, and specifying the columns which you want to display. From those two tables, what the columns you want to display by performing this full outer join. So it displays what? Table 1 values, table 2 values, table 1 values, table 2 values, using full outer join concept. So here you can see the example is what? Select t1.id is from table 1, column 1, T1 dot marks is table 1 column 2 and T2 dot id table 2 column 1 and T2 dot marks table 2 column 2 from what? From T1 full join with the T2 with the table 2 on what condition? T1 dot id equals to T2 dot id. T1 dot id equals to T2 dot id condition, right? So like the way you can understand this full outer join. It displays, it combine all the two tables and it displays all the values. If any non-matching values will be present, then it displays null value. If matching values will be displayed, then it displays like that as same. Like that as same. So this is about full outer join. Full outer join. And next one is what? Cross join. So cross join is nothing but it is also known as Cartesian join, Cartesian product join you can specify, and which returns the Cartesian product of two or more joined tables. Two or more joined tables. So the cross join produces a table that matches each row from the first table with each second table row. Each second table row. That means the columns in the first table will be multiplied, will be merged with the columns in the second table. Columns from the first table is merged with columns from the second table. So it is not required to include any conditions in cross join. It is not included in any condition with the cross join. So syntax is what? Select star from table 1, cross join table 2. These two are the table types. These two are the table 1 and table 2. And a cross join is a type of join. Cross join is a type of join. And this is the example here. Select statement example. Select star from T1 cross join T2. Select star from T1 cross join T2. So now what it will, suppose if you have T1 and T2, suppose if you have T1 having ID marks and T2 also having ID marks. So this side two values, this side two values and this side two values. So now if you apply cross join on these two tables, what it will display is, it is displayed with ID with with merge, ID with merge. Similarly, merge is merge with ID, merge is merge with marks. So ID and marks will be merged with each row from the table 1 to each row from the table 2. So all the rows or columns from the table 1 is going to be merged with all rows from the table 2. So now you can say that 2 into 2, 4 values you will get. 2 into 2, you will get 4 values. 4 values is the cross join performance operation. So right, like the way you can display cross join operations. And the next one is what? Self join. So self join, it is a self join is used to create a table by joining itself. By joining itself. By joining itself is nothing but it is creating an alias for the table. It is creating an alias for the table. Not it is creating table for table. It is creating an alias for table. There were two tables. It makes temporary naming of at least one table in any of SQL statement. So it makes temporary naming. So there is nothing but temporary table. There is nothing but alias name. And second is original table. Second is original table. So from this select, we can write the syntax like select table 1 dot column 1, table 2 dot column 2, column 1 from table 1 space alias 1 comma table 1 space alias 2. Table 1 space alias 1 comma table 2. Means you are creating alias names for both tables. You are creating alias names for both tables. Both tables. That means for the T1 you have to create S1. For the table 1 you have to create one alias name, that is S1. And similarly you are creating table 2 for with the help of alias 2, S2 alias 2. So now these two aliases are using like as a tables, displaying some values, right? Displaying some values, and these two are joined together. These two are joined together. So that is called as self join. It is called as self join. So look at here the syntax. Select a dot id. A is from table 1 and id is from column 1 from table. Similarly b dot marks. So this is the column 2 table 2 from table 1 a. That is nothing but a means alias name and t2 space b means alias name. So we have to mention the table as well as alias. Table alias you have to mention. So now where we are not mentioning table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id. We have to mention what alias 1 dot id equals to alias 2 dot id. Alias 1 dot id equals to alias 2 dot id. So now what it will displays actually, what it performs actually means it is assigning that the tables alias names were created and alias names are going to display the result, and alias names are doing the condition based query as well as retrieving the values. So here we don't talk about any table, we are talking about just alias names. So that is nothing but a self join. The table itself, it is creating an alternate name, that is alias, that is alias. And same the condition is what, alias condition, alias 1 dot id like a column name, and similarly alias 2 dot column 2. Done, right? So that is about self join. And next equi join. The last one is equi join. So equi join creates a join for equality of matching columns. That means you have to display the values, you have to retrieve the values based on the equal operator as well as with the where condition, as well as with the where condition you have to specify. So you have to use, definitely you have to use equal operator, and you have to use join condition, you have to use join condition, so that it becomes equi join, so that it becomes equi join. So the syntax we are representing here, select column list. Select column list is nothing but star select star from table 1 comma table 2, where table 1 dot column name equals to table 2 dot column name, table 2 dot column name. So example here, select A is the table name and name is the column name, and B is the table 2 and marks is the column name. So we are going to retrieving this name and marks of the table 1 and table 2 from A. From A is the table name, join B. B is the table name. So A join B means A and B tables are together joining. Together joining. On what condition? A dot name equals to B dot name. On A dot name equals to B dot name. On this condition, these two tables were joined together for displaying some values. Displaying some values. Right? So this is about equi join. This is about equi join. And self join, right? So now we are going to look at one example. We'll take any of the example, like T1 is one table, T2 is one table, T1 is one table and T2 is one table. So T1 contains ID and marks, and T2 also containing ID and marks. So T1 having like 22, 23 values, for the marks 96, 97. And T2 ID also 23, 24, and marks also 97, 98. Right? So these two are the tables. These two are the tables. Now I want to perform what? I just want to perform first one, simple join or inner join. Simple join or inner join. So at that time what it will display? The common values from these two tables, column values from these two tables will be displayed. Column values from these two tables will be displayed. So common values from these two tables are nothing but 2, 3. 2, 3 is the ID and marks will be 96. 96. Right? 96. Now this is the in simple join or inner join. This is the simple join or inner join. And the second one, left join. If you take left join, so T1 joins with the T1 joins with the T2, you have to specify in the fields which you want to display. So T1 dot ID equals to t1.id comma t1.marks comma t2.id comma t2.marks from which table? Table 1. And join, type of join is what? Left join. On which? Table 2. On which condition we are going to perform? On table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id. Table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id. So now what it will display on this condition, I am going to retrieve all the values. I am going to represent all the values with the help of join operation. T1 left join T2. T1 left join T2. The same way, right join. So right join is nothing but, so it displays all the values from the right side and common values from the both two tables. Common values from the both two tables. So what it will display actually? So generally T2 ID and marks, right? So now I perform like what? Right join. So right join shows that all the values from T2, and common values from both T1 and T2. Common values from both T1 and T2. It displays like the values, right? So that is nothing but right join. And the fourth one is full outer join. Full outer join is nothing but it combines two tables. And including common values also. Including common values also. So now T1 is full outer join with T2, then all the values are grouped together and displays the values, right? And full Cartesian cross join. So cross join is nothing but all the rows from the table 1 and all the rows from table 2. So what are the columns? These two C1, C2. Now it performs C1 to C1, C1 to C2. Similarly C2 to C1, C2 to C2. So like that it displays 4 values of the table 1 and table 2. So like the way we have to perform all the different types of operations like join operations on different tables. So in this session we discussed about all the joins concepts. So let me revise once again how we will discuss all the join concepts. So we discussed that join is an combining operation to combining 2 or more tables and retrieves the values, right? We can use the conditions to join 2 tables, but particularly we are using where clause to combining all the values, combining all the attributes and displays the values. So there are different types of join operations, join operators. Inner join or simple join, you can say that. Second one is natural join. Third one is left outer join or left join. Fourth one is right outer join or right join. Fifth one full outer join. Sixth one cross join. Seventh one self join. And eighth one equi join. So like the way you are having all the different types of joins. But to performing joins operations, what we have to do, we have to make all the columns in the tables must be the same size and the data types must be the same size from the 2 tables. Columns must be the same size as well as data types must be the same size. So this is all about joins concept in DBMS. So the main importance is join to retrieve all the different values from the different tables or 2 or more tables on different basis conditions. But among these all, we don't want to specify any condition for cross join and natural join. We don't want to specify any conditions. We can directly use for 2 tables to retrieve the values, right? So this is all about joins concept, right? Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.